Batwoman number 17, written by J.H. Williams III and W. Hayden Blackman, art by J.H. Williams III. So, last issue, Medusa summoned her mom, the mother of all monsters, and it doesn't seem to be anything that's conceivable by human minds. As Batwoman comments, it's like, this is like a tear in reality, but when I imagined a tear in reality, it's like a tear in a cloth. But this is more like the disemboweling of reality as this giant eldritch creature just emerges in front of him. And Batwoman's like, okay, most of my brain has just shut off from viewing this, but the part of my brain that is still functioning is the part that's processing through everything Medusa said. And Wonder Woman shows up being like, hey, do you know what that giant indescribable horror is? And she's like, yeah, Medusa and Mero summoned Medusa's mom, something called Ceto. And she's like, ah, yes, I know the mother of all monsters. And she's like, oh, cool, do you know how to stop it? No. Great. Well, let's start by kicking Medusa's ass. So we cut back over to Bet, who's still being attacked by the hook-handed man, and he's like, oh, you can change your mask, you can change your clothes, but you still smell the same, and I'm gonna taste you all the same. And so Bet opens up a flamethrower on her gauntlet and starts burning the guy alive. Just his entire head starts melting, and then she reaches into her utility belt, pulls out a small explosive, plants it next to the hook, and the hook just blows off of his arm. And he's like, when the other villains in Arkham ask, who did this to you? Tell them Hawkfire. And then she takes the hook and throws it out into the ocean. And as it falls down, it sees a nearby crab, grabs onto it, and the crab just starts scuttling away. So I'm sure that'll come back eventually. Meanwhile, Morrow is not Morrow anymore. Back to being the sister that he possessed 5 issues ago, and now she's like, oh, I'm free of my brother's control, but also I miss my brother. Oh well. And she just disappears from the story. Meanwhile, Abbott the Wolfman starts pouncing after Medusa. She manages to land her gaze on him, and Abbott turns to stone and crumbles. Batwoman seems really sad about that, and as she's about to be attacked from behind, Hawkfire shows up and uses her flamethrower again, and she's like, Bet, is that you? And she's like, yep. Anyway, what's that giant horrific thing over there? And she's like, don't even worry about it. Bloody Mary. She's currently attacking Wonder Woman. We have to shatter her. So Wonder Woman, Bet, and Batwoman all shatter Bloody Mary into all of her little mirror pieces. Medusa's like, haha, you may have defeated my monsters, but you'll never defeat my mother and me. And then Batwoman just turns part of Bloody Mary to reflect Medusa back at herself, and she turns to stone. And they're like, oh, was that all it took to beat Medusa? Batwoman's like, almost. And then she breaks Medusa's statue into a million pieces, which does seem to sew up the hole in reality. However, Ceto is not gone. She is transformed back into what seems to be a normal woman. She comes ashore and is just like, hey everyone, where's my daughter? And just like, oh, you can try to fool us, Ceto, but we still know it's you, the mother of all monsters. And she's like, yeah, that's me, but that's how Medusa summoned me to be. And now that she's gone, I don't want to be a world-ending monster. That was just what Medusa wanted. And Batwoman's like, okay, well, what do you want? And she's like, I just want everyone to forget that me and my children exist. I just want a new chance at life. And Wonder Woman comes up with her sword being like, well, it's all going to be the same if we just let you do it again. Gotta kill you now. And Batwoman's like, okay, or maybe she deserves a second chance. And Wonder Woman looks on, puts away her sword, and grabs Ceto by the hand being like, I'm going to keep the world safe from you, but I'm also going to keep you safe from the world. Okay, cool? Great. So then Bet signals that the DEO is coming in. She gives her new code name to Batwoman. She's like, call me Hawkfire. And she's like, yeah, okay, I'll do that. And Wonder Woman's like, yeah, I don't really want to be here for the DEO either, so I'm going to split. And Batwoman takes out a camera that was in her cowl and says, yeah, they wanted me to record everything to do with you. You just kind of help save the world, so seems wrong for me to give away all your secrets. So take this and do what you want with it. And she's like, thanks, Crunch. Anyway, if you need anything, give me a holler. And she's like, yeah, no, totally, will do. So DEO comes up, And there's like, no, don't get Wonder Woman get away. We need to debrief her. And Batwoman's like, yeah, good luck with that. She's like, well, what happened to our camera? I was like, I don't know, must have got broken. Anyway, I'm going to go take care of these kids that have literally been the entire point of my entire series since issue 1. And she goes over to the kids and she's like, I have been looking for you for so long. And we see Maggie is sitting on a swing set in the fog. Batwoman comes out with the kids following her. And Maggie's like, is that them? Is that all the kids? And she's like, yep, that's all the kids. Mags. And Maggie's like, what did you call me? And Batwoman just leans in, kisses her, and says, marry me. And that's almost the end. I forgot about the epilogue. 1 week later, Sarcophagus is opening up. Inside of it is Batwoman's sister, Beth, still believing her to be called Alice. And a voice is talking to her saying like, hey, you're going to be groggy for a few days. You had some crazy sedatives in you. But don't worry, you're going to be of use to us. And it turns out the one talking is Bones of the DEO. What a dick. Okay. I know that there is a lot of backstory and behind the scenes BS about this marriage proposal of Batwoman. I'll get to it if it comes up. Just taking the issue on its own, this kind of feels like the conclusion of everything we built up to this entire time, because it is. It was a long form plot that has gone for, if you include this new Zero issue that came out, 18 issues. And I think it told it well. I think it built it up to a strong enough point of there is literally a tear in reality, and then it just brought it back down to it was really about the kids all along. I enjoyed that. I think it was very well done. The layouts were crazy, but also great. The art is amazing. This has been just a solid arc throughout. So overall, I think that this is probably a 8. Just a flat 8. What's keeping it from an 8.5 is there were several subplots in here, like Appet the Werewolf and the sister of Morrow, who I can't remember at the moment, kind of just being like, and then that happened, don't worry about it. It had to be wrapped up, but it also wasn't wrapped up quite as nicely as I'd like. So, yeah, 8, very strong. Looking forward to the future of Batwoman.